Yo, have another video for you all. If there's anyone there still listening, but yeah. So I came across this. Let's see. I came across this article. Boutique owner who was scammed by the Kardashian of Cheshire. Kardashian, how she turned Miss Marple to catch a con man. Whoa. A boutique owner who was scammed by a self-proclaimed rich kid of Instagram, Jack Watkins, told Today described how she turned Miss Marple to catch the con man. Christine Colbert, 58, had already spent 3 years trying to get back almost 44,000 she had loaned the 26-year-old when she decided to take matters into her own hands. Wow, 44,000 loan. With the help of Watkins' close friends Hannah, Jake 34, and who was also defrauded of almost 100,000, the pair lured the fake millionaire who was on the run from police to a local pub with the promise of more cash. Here's the thing I realized about the world today. You got people with too much money and people with too little money that are too greedy. These people clearly had too much money. They're spending 44,000 to 100,000 on handbags. You got too much money. You can buy a whole house for that money. But they want to spend it on handbags. And he's so greedy, he don't realize when the jig's up. The jig's up, man. Take your money and run. This guy, he went for more. He's addicted to the lifestyle. That's the problem with some people. They're addicted to the lifestyle. And gets them in trouble. Speaking after the former public schoolboy was convicted of a £200,000 fraud today, Miss Colbert revealed how she wore a large hat and a disguise and hid in someone else's car in the car park of the Meldon public house in Alderley Edge, Cheshire, so he would not recognize her. But as soon as he unsuspectingly Watkins arrived, Miss Colbert swung into action and dialed 999. Minutes later, detectives from the Cheshire Police swooped in to arrest him. Myself and another victim did go in on quite a lone detective journey ourselves to bring our own evidence, she said. There's one thing Jack wants, and that's money. We just knew that if we could get him to meet. It's so funny. This guy's already been on the run from the police, but you just offer him more money, he would just pop up like bling. I'm here. Where was I? It's making me laugh. They know this guy is so greedy. They just offer him more money, he would disappear. Probably rooted in another financial deal with a couple pinpointed a place. I knew Cheshire Police didn't know where he was, so we did pinpoint a place and lured him to that spot and dialed 999. Oh, this guy look like a freak, and it remind me of that weird. This is weird though. I can't remember his name. He used to dress up as like this Kendo type dude. He look like a damn weirdo. This reminds me of him. It's not him though, cause he turned into a damn woman. He looks even worse. But yeah, what was I? That's him. Those lips make me laugh, man. That's what people do with their money. God. She joked he wasn't too pleased to see who was under the hat. I needed him to know it was me because I told him if he didn't pay me back, I would come out on this. He worked on the basis that people were too embarrassed or wealthy enough to write it off and didn't fall into these categories. Yeah, sometimes you just be careful, man. Like some people go out and rob people and they think that that's it. And before you know it, they get their come ups. Not everybody's a pushover. And the thing about life is that the more people get one over on people all the time, they think that's how life is. Like, oh yeah, I'll just rob this person over there. Nothing happened to me. And when something happens to them, they're like, oh, this happened to me. Oh, no. It's like, that's the karma, man. You got away with it for so long. Mrs. Colbert said that said she felt usually betrayed by Watkins, who befriended her in September 2022 and became a regular visitor to her shop, Dress Cheshire in Bretsbury. She said he was extremely knowledgeable about luxury goods. Of course he would be. He's a con man. And persuaded her and 5 other victims to hand over large sums of money on a promise that he could source exclusive Hermes handbags and sell them in return for a share of the profits. But neither of the handbags or the profits ever materialized, and instead Watkins used the cash to fund his own lavish lifestyle. Ooh. But Miss Colbert said Jack was an extremely believable person. His depth of knowledge of luxury goods industry was quite staggering. I was very much convinced by his lifestyle, which I could see on social media to be fair. He was living that lifestyle. It just happened to be on everybody else's money. Listen, the thing about Instagram, everybody, even you, I go on Instagram and I see everybody's on yachts, living in luxury hotels. I'm like, these people don't do a day's work. I'm sitting down on YouTube making videos every day, like 5, 6, 7 videos. No one watches them. I'm working my ass off. I see these people on Instagram posing in the sun. I'm like, how they do it? You know, and then most of the time you find out they've been funding their lifestyle by some sort of scam or the other. I found that one girl was with some drug lord guy. And then he went in prison. Then that's why she stopped posting. I was wondering, where's she gone? Yeah. Careful what you look at in Instagram. And then I remember he was on like a show. Okay, he's embarrassed now. What happens? Sometimes you see these guys on TV shows, and it gives them credibility. Yeah, I think he was on. What's it? Rich kids go shopping. Rich kids of Instagram star admits conning victim out of 200,000 in Hermes bag scam. So yeah, I guess he was on a TV show, and you know, once you're on TV, people kind of believe, because you're on TV, you're legit. That ain't the case. That's not the case. But the thing about TV is they're looking for people, but they don't do no background checks on people. They could be downright criminals. And it has been uncovered that a lot of the people on TV shows, some of them have been criminals. Some of them are not nice people. I remember watching Rich Kids Go Shopping back in 2015. Man, I remember watching this. I was sitting down there 3 a.m. in the morning editing videos. I'm like, man, these guys living it up. Man, I'm sitting down there like, damn, I need to edit this video, put it up on YouTube. 3 a.m. in the morning this came on Channel 4. I think I caught the repeat. I was like, man, I wish I had that type of money. See this dude here? This guy, he's a bloody liar. He came on a podcast and he said everything that he said in the Channel 4 show was a lie. He actually said to us that Channel 4 told him to lie to make his life seem more extravagant than it was. Because when he went on and he said he had his YouTube channel and his YouTube channel was doing big numbers, I checked his channel out. You know, did he think people weren't going to check his channel out? His channel was bringing like 2,000-3,000 views a day. It's like £4. I was like, how the hell are you affording this? I don't get my YouTube numbers, man. I can barely pay the rent. You know, I ain't gonna even tell you. And this dude, this gypsy guy, there was something that people said about his car that made no sense. I don't know what he was doing, but they said something about him saving for a car. He said it doesn't add up. And then there was Elijah, university dropout, who taught himself to become a stockbroker, claims he earns between 20,000 and 30,000 a month on a bad month. Whoa, Elijah doing good. Elijah, 21, started by using his student loan. It's always a student loan, right? And now trades on stock market for just... Wait, what does it say? I can't read it. Just a couple... Elijah from Cambridge, London, now lives in a 5,000 a month flat, and his weakness is supercars. With his most recent purchase, a £120,000 Mercedes GTS. Well, I checked this dude out as well, man. This guy's a bloody con man. He was on the damn show as well. Yeah, he was. He's. I remember I went on YouTube as well. This guy doesn't know his ass from his elbow. He comes on. And someone says, "So what do you do?" He's like, I'm a trader." I mean, the first thing he says was, you if you know what you're doing, you ain't gonna be like, I'm a trader. You said that, yo, I trade stocks and blah blah blah. But he wasn't even doing that. First thing he was like, what's this dude? 17-year-old Alfie best buys gold car and rich kids go shopping. He does that. Put in perspective, yeah. You could buy a house. This guy buys a car. That's what the problem was. He buys a gold car. And then I think I remember. I think they looked at the registration plate of the car, and it wasn't even like it wasn't worth the money. You might as well just bought a house or put on get a mortgage on the house. Put on a deposit. You know what I mean? But yeah, Elijah, man, we certainly dug deep with this dude. Yeah, I remember this. So the car was like some old car, and he just wrapped it in gold for 4,000, and then people thought he was rich. This watch has been known as being fake. So yeah, what he was doing is like a trading scam. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Elijah Ofizzo. I remember he was almost gonna go to prison for running over someone where he owed someone money. It was really weird. But yeah, that's because you take a bunch of pictures with a bunch of people and he's sitting down there with the Financial Times, looking at the Financial Times. Like, well, like all businessmen do that. Like, take a picture of me with the Financial Times. Like, yeah, now they think I'm doing business. Yeah. Rented apartment, rented car, Financial Crime picture with him drinking. So what is DCT training? Ah man, yeah, this was definitely a scam, and he still tries to pop on every so often on Twitter and Instagram. Every so often, the jig's up. We know what he's up to now. We know he's a scam, and he just gives up. He just does it for a joke. Cause we all just laugh, man. It's like it's Elijah again trying to make a comeback. Cause another dude did the same thing. He was on a BBC Three documentary, and he's cold. I think it was like Christmas Day. He traded in everybody's shares, sold everyone's shares, and he just cashed out on Christmas Day, and everyone's wondering where the money is on Christmas Day. And this guy, but he ain't really the brains behind, and it was all offshore trading. But that dude wasn't the brains behind those three. He was just the face, the front. There's bigger players behind the scenes controlling things. That's who made all the money. He's just like a puppet to put his face out there, but when everything came crashing down, he was the fall guy. And you need to be careful sometimes. When you see people on TV, doesn't mean they're legit. Common sense and research. Like with me, I use a bit of common sense. When I see people's net worth, and I do a lot of research about YouTube and everybody on Instagram, you kind of start to see like it's what they want you to see to actually what they actually have. Because I came into a bit of money. I never bought a flash car. I never bought a Rolex. I know I could crash the car and then the money's gone. I could have bought a house with that money. Rolex, I go out. The little time I do leave the house when I'm not editing. Imagine I went out and someone took my Rolex. That's 15,000 just disappeared off my wrist. I could have put down a deposit for a house or something like that. It's crazy. And people don't think, maybe they're so rich that they don't really miss it, but I would miss £15,000. But yeah, anyway, like, subscribe if you like the video. It's me babbling on, I know, but just warning people about how things work in the world. I know everyone knows how these scams work, but you'd be surprised how old that woman was, and she fell for the scam. She's a grown woman. and she let that young dude trick her. But at the end of the day, his own greed was his missteps in life. Too greedy. Anyway, like, subscribe, and I'm out.